This is the 3 p.m. Takeover, Radio Northern Beach's only drive-home show.
Keep it right here for a whole hour of fresh hits and entertainment for your Wednesday afternoon.
Here we go.
This is Sweat by Snoop Dogg. Welcome to the 3 p.m. Takeover. This is Radio Northern Beach's 88.7 and 90.3, and it's just after 3 o'clock. You're listening to the 3 p.m. Takeover with Hope and Victoria.
Hey guys, hope you're having an excellent Wednesday afternoon so far. Or Friday if you're listening to the repeat.
I was going to say, every time we mention a day, we always say, the other day.
Cover all our bases.
Equal love for all our listeners. I was going to say viewers, but you don't view us, do you?
Unless it's like a secret camera we don't know about. In which case, I feel sorry for you guys because every song I'm like up and dancing. So
it's probably best that there isn't a camera that you can see us with.
No live streaming for us.
Talking of like dancing and things that are fun, do you do anything fun in the lead up to Easter? Because I feel like Easter is kind of forgotten about once you leave childhood. Like, egg hunting is not as exciting.
True.
Potentially.
I eat a lot of hot cross buns.
That's fun.
Not even like for the season or just like recreationally. I'm like, gotta get them.
Recreational hobby, hot cross bun eating.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I'll have them for like afternoon tea. I'll like, you cut them in half and cook them in the oven for a little bit longer. They get crispy.
Yeah.
I'll just have them straight for like a morning snack.
Or like you cut them in half.
You
can cut them in half and put Nutella in them.
I've never done that.
What's like a chocolate hot cross bun?
We sometimes get the chocolate chip ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love hot cross buns and I find Easter actually slightly stressful because I always forget to get eggs for certain people. Like you'd cover main people and then someone will give you an egg and you're like, thanks. And you're like, I didn't get one for you.
That's so embarrassing in those situations.
Because Christmas presents you can kind of like grab a kind of like a gift thing, but eggs like so obvious as like it has to be an egg.
Yeah, that you can tell when you haven't themed it right. It's like when someone gives you chocolate like regular chocolate for Easter, like a block of chocolate, and you're like, this is not Easter themed. Yeah. Like this doesn't cut it.
This isn't in a hollow egg shape or a bunny or a bilby shape.
This is in like a block of chocolate shape.
You've clearly forgotten me.
I know you clearly bought it.
Don't get me wrong. I accept the chocolate either way.
But still.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. I don't particularly think about Easter as much as I used to. Like we have really my family and friends have like a tradition. We get together and we do like really intense riddles for like where we've hidden our eggs. Like 10-line clues, and it takes like half an hour to find everything. Oh my gosh, they're really intense and they rhyme, and like that's the only thing I have to do in the lead up to Easter is like do all my clues for people.
That's so like intellectual. Like on Easter, like we literally just like happy Easter and like hand each other eggs. We used to have the thing where like we wake up and mum and dad had left them on the end of our beds, and it's like, oh my god, the Easter bunny's right here.
like Santa, but like not.
Yeah. But no, we've never done like the hiding eggs thing.
Oh, we do. Like we hide them, but it's really awkward because we all have a period of time where obviously we're all hiding eggs, and you'll bump into someone and be like, "Hey, I've already hidden something there. Get away!" It's really awkward, and you can see people like snooping around with plastic bags, and like they're obviously hiding eggs,
just going for a stroll.
And we see people in the oddest places that like you would never go to in like their house, like the house in the background.
In the normal day-to-day life, and it's like, I wonder what they're doing over there. Have you ever gotten a clue, like a riddle that you couldn't solve? Or given one that someone's like, this is too hard, Hope?
We've had a couple where we've had to really start heavily hinting after a while. But like my mum can think up really good, really like obscure ones that people struggle with.
Really?
Yeah. So, it depends on the person. But otherwise,
I'm not very good at riddles to begin with, let alone when there's like chocolate involved. And I'm like, there's an end game
just
that I
get
want.
me to the chocolate.
Yeah. I'm like, the pressure's too high. But like normal
Easter
riddles,
can be
I'm
so
rubbish
stressful,
at.
right? No, I never get, I guess, as excited about Easter things as I used to. I loved it when like the other year when Easter decorations became a really big thing for a few years. Like my family's always done them, but like, when they had like they had the reindeers for cars at Christmas. They brought out like the bunnies for cars at Easter.
That's kind of cute.
And they did like all sorts of.
But I just love
Easter
the animal of a bunny. So whenever it's
I love
incorporated,
bunnies.
I'm just like, I normally don't like the like excess of like commercial kind of stuff they do where it's like, decorate your house with stuff. But I'm like, I like bunnies, so I'm gonna let it slide.
Bunnies are so cute.
They're adorable. And they clean themselves with their floppy. Anyway, we could do a whole show about bunnies. Happily, I would do a whole show of bunnies.
Bunnies. So I'm trying to think. Easter is in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, look, I find it so hard to work it out because it changes every year. It's like,
I can't be dealing with movable festivals. Why would you move? Like, I don't care about moon cycles or whatever.
Same. I agree. Just pick a day.
It's too confusing. It needs to find a date and it needs to stick to it.
Yeah.
That's my little rant.
Yeah. I 100% agree.
That's all. We're going to be right back.
It does have the best food, so.
This is true.
Forgiven.
Really good food. We'll be right back after this. This is Tim and Maddock on Radio Northern Beaches.
Welcome back to the 3 p.m. takeover. That was Go to Work song by Tim-O-Matic.
Go to Work.
Tim-O-Matic.
Except it's not Tim-O-Matic now. It's Tim Omaji. He changed his name. He's serious now.
He'll always be Tim-O-Matic to this.
He uses his actual name.
Go to Work.
But either way, he still makes really good music.
He does. I was going to say, Tim-O-Matic is a very strange name. But now I realise that obviously it's just like a stage name. But
I don't think it's... Are you short for Timothy? No, Tim-O-Matic. God.
Imagine, could someone please name their kid Tim-O-Matic?
What if you were called Tim and you're like, oh, so Timothy. And they're like, actually, it's Tim-O-Matic.
Oh my God, that'd be so weird.
Hilarious. Talking of names.
I was going to say, I remember for your 21st, because I did a speech, I was really proud of like my opening line. I was thinking about this the other day.
Oh.
Because, so we're going to talk about the list for the most popular baby names of the Northern Beaches came out. And for some reason I was thinking of names and I thought of my opening sentence was like, there's a lot to say about a girl whose name is also a verb. And I thought that was really, really clever because you're always doing stuff. Like you're busy
clever.
like a verb. And I thought it was really funny. And then this baby name list came out and I was like, oh, I wonder what names are like
are big in a
like is Tim-O-Matic big? Like I don't know. I haven't properly
number one in Pittwater. Gosh, it's actually really cool though because I didn't know that I didn't know that they collected data like from specific regions. Like I know that they come out and they do like the top baby names in New South Wales or whatever. But I didn't know they were specific. And actually, this has divided them right down into council area.
Yeah, that was really. When I read Northern Beaches, I was really expecting
cool.
like one list, and I was like, there are like 3-4 lists here because of all the different. Yeah, it was crazy. It's very cool.
Which is really interesting. So the list says that Oliver is a favourite across like all three. It makes the top 5 in Manly, Warringah and Pittwater areas. And it was also the number 1 boy's name in the state for the last 2 years.
In the state? It is a good name.
Oliver.
I like
a solid name.
I like Olivia.
Olivia, that's
because you can shorten it to Olive, and I think that's kind of cute.
Oh, I hate that name.
Oh, I had a great grandmother called Olive, and I always thought it was kind of cute because like she was kind of like little and old, like an olive. So I thought it worked.
No, that's fun.
And I think it's kind of cute for girls to be olive. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not a fan.
Clearly, Hope doesn't
Charlotte.
agree,
Charlotte is a popular one, which has apparently been helped by Prince William and Kate.
Oh yeah,
obviously calling our new princess.
So is
Charlotte.
George popular as well?
I don't know. George doesn't appear to be
traditional.
on there. It's a bit too traditional. But there were some unusual ones. The 5th most popular name in Pittwater is Arlo, Arlo for a boy.
Yeah, I've heard that name before.
Which is apparently quite like I knew it was a name, but I don't think it was like exceptionally popular.
It sounds quite nice actually.
Arlo. Yeah, it is nice. And number 19 is Lincoln, which is unusual again.
Very patriotic.
Like not something I imagine would make the top 20.
Yeah, maybe not in like Australia.
Yeah.
I would expect it for America because obviously Abraham Lincoln, so.
Yeah. In terms of the girls, the top 3 for Pittwater are Isabella, Isla and Ruby.
Has Isabella ever not been in the top 3 names of any
It's
list
like
ever?
Sophie. Since like the dawn of time.
And Jessica.
It's always been at the top.
Jessica, Sophie and Isabella are on every single list for every year, I swear.
Jessica's not anymore. It's not in any of these lists.
Really?
Jessica's very dated.
It was like our generation when we were kids, like every other kid you knew was Jessica. It's a great name, but it's just very popular.
Or Sarah. But that's not making any of these lists. So the top ones, were Isabella, Isla and Ruby.
Isla's nice.
And then we've got like...
Isla.
So we've got like, Evie, Ava, Eve, all those ones.
Oh, yeah.
Chloe, Poppy, Grace... And Miller made it there to number 13. I love the name Miller.
For a girl?
Yeah, Mila, Miller.
Oh.
Which is actually a Scandinavian name.
I was going to say, I know someone called Miller and
really popular
her family's Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miller's a great name. It's really, really cool. Sky got on there, a name that you don't particularly like.
Look, if your name's Sky, I'm sorry. I just have... What annoys me most is the spelling. It's just like, the sky is in the sky, like above us. Put an E on the end and it's a name. Like for some reason that just really annoys me.
So that's Pittwater. What about Warringah? What's happening in the middle?
Well, Oliver is also one of the top 3 names for boys in Warringah, along with Jack and William. Very like solid traditional names.
Jack and William.
Jack, Oliver and William.
Yeah.
And one of my personal favourite boys' names, Harrison, was on there. And funnily enough, Harry is just below it. But I'm like...
Yeah, unusual.
But Harry can be like a nickname for Harrison, which is quite funny.
I guess people just call it as a normal name now.
Yeah. There's really not any, like, I guess what you call strange names for Warringah with the boys. Like the most left of field is probably like Hunter.
Which then again is really quite popular.
Yeah, that's like a really normal one. And girls, again, it's really similar for, as like Isla and Evie, Olivia, Chloe, they're all on that list as well. But interestingly, Billy, which I know is a girl's name, but Billie.
Which I have heard of, but it's certainly more unusual.
Yeah, definitely. And definitely an Imogen, which you found kind of strange.
I know Imogens, but they're not usually young. I know my age and above Imogens.
I grew up with an Imogen, so maybe my brain.
But in my mind,
went in primary school, so in my head I'm like, she's young.
But she's not. And things are a little bit more unusual with Manly, I think. So for boys, there are a few unusual ones in there.
Oliver
Charles has made it.
Really?
Theodore.
Oh wow, very
Sonny.
fancy. Oh.
And Cooper.
But interesting,
have made it there.
Did Cher make the girls list?
Clearly not. But on the girls, Florence came in at number 6.
I like that name.
Which I like, but I've not heard of someone called Florence who's like under 5, so that's unusual. Piper is on there, really popular name.
That reminds me of
coming recently.
Charmed.
Ayla, Sienna, Matilda. Ayla, really popular. I know lots of Aylas. And Zara has made it on there, which was another like name of our generation that's coming back again. Which I think is really cool. That's awesome. If you have any children with any of those names, or your children did not make the list of popular names, which we'll be putting on our Facebook page, let us know, because it's interesting to see what people are calling their kids on the beaches.
Yeah, and if you're about to have a kid and you're like, oh, it's a girl, what do I call it? Hope and Victoria are good, solid names. Just putting it out there.
They didn't make the list, but, you know.
But you don't want to be on the list of common names. You want radio star names. Obviously. Let's just slip into a song now and casually avoid us trumping ourselves and our names.
True. This is Florida. You're listening to the 3 p.m. Takeover. You're listening to the 3 p.m. Takeover on Radio Northern Beaches, and we have been talking about the most popular baby names on the Northern Beaches and what we like to do leading up to Easter, which is cool.
Eating hot cross buns with Oliver evidently combines the both. Oliver was one of the most popular boys' names across all the different councils, if you missed that lovely segment.
And
now we're moving on to something a little bit different.
Yeah, totally different.
Nothing to do with Easter or baby names.
But even so, I want to talk a little bit about I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Disclaimer, I've never watched it.
Double disclaimer, I don't like reality shows.
Yeah. See, I do, but I've never watched it. It's one of my intrigued by the
dislikes.
Name though.
One of my dislikes is reality shows. Although there are a few things like MasterChef I liked watching because that was like about cooking, not people as much.
That's kind of different.
And like when they do the challenges on this show, I'm kind of like I like to watch it to be like, could I do that?
Could
challenge?
You do that? Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. So if you don't know, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is a reality TV show, game show kind of thing based on an original show in the UK. So it's now a show here.
It's the UK, isn't it?
Yeah, it's from the UK, and it's basically just celebrities living in the jungle with a few creature comforts. That's fun. And they do various challenges, and they don't get like any kind of luxuries, and the celebrities compete for $100,000, which is donated to their charity of choice, and to be the king or queen of the jungle.
I feel like in the UK they get like more well-known celebrities. I don't mean to be like I don't know. This is going to sound really mean, but I feel like some of the quote-unquote celebrities they get for the Australian I'm a Celebrity Out of Here, I'm always like, I don't know who you are.
Like, so would we qualify? We could go on.
Yeah, we could.
Radio
we
celebrity?
Could count. I feel like...
That's so funny.
Because I feel like they read out all the names and I'm always like, who? Who are you?
Yeah,
who?
That's true. There are a few names that are quite well known this year. So it's hosted by Chris Brown, as in vet, not as in...
The guy who can't get in the country.
Yeah, the guy that can't get into Australia.
I love Dr. Chris Brown. And Julie, what's her face? I love her.
Yeah.
They actually, I just like watch it for their banter. I love them working off.
They are really, really
And then
good.
I just like walk out of the room when like they actually go back to like the live feed or whatever. I'm like, I don't care that they're all like sitting around talking about like their favorite kind of shoe. Like no one cares.
And celebrities include singer/DJ Havana Brown this year, the Bachelor contestant Lorena Fleur, who is really popular if you ever watch The Bachelor. Anthony Kalia.
I never got who the Havana girl was. Oh. Now I know.
Anthony Kalia and Val Lehman, which is quite exciting.
And Shane Warne's there as well.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's out. But
did he get out?
Yeah.
I clearly have not been watching it. He's been like every ad.
Yeah. I guess just like because he's Shane Warne. But yeah, so while in the jungle, some of the contestants compete in challenges for food and luxuries, and these challenges often involve wildlife, and they're kind of meant to take contestants out of their comfort zone. And each week someone is evicted, and if they become too overwhelmed with the whole show, they can say, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. And then they leave the show.
God.
But if they do that, they don't like get their pay for appearing on the show or something. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, hey?
The thing that gets me about the challenges is that they're always like, oh my God, there's this animal or this thing. Oh, it's so dangerous. You're like, they would not allow you to be put into an actual dangerous situation.
Yeah, well, not one where the danger risk was like extortionately high.
Like someone's had to do like an OH&S. Someone has to do a risk assessment.
Some poor intern probably laying there before you having that done to them.
Exactly. Like it's safe. Like they're always like, oh my God, what if this happens? It's like, oh my God. And usually it's like, the food ones get me. I don't think I could do them.
Oh, I could never do funny food ones. I can't even handle like a lot of regular
But the
food.
ones where they're like, you have to sit in this box and like they pour snakes over you, it's like they're not going to be poisonous snakes. Like maybe like when they have like insects, that's kind of gross because they're small and they go places. Like ugh. But like snakes, I'm like, unless you have like an actual fear of it, I'm like,
I guess it's like a psychological thing. Like you know that they're not going to bite you, but just having them slither all over you is probably a bit like,
I guess,
disconcerting.
Yeah, maybe I'm being a bit harsh because I just don't like reality shows. And
we'll put you in a box of snakes and test that next week on the show. Victoria live from a box of snakes.
I take it back.
The 3 p.m. Takeover snake special. With music from Havana Brown.
And I'm like, who
and
are
Anthony
you?
Kalia.
I love Anthony Kalia.
I know, I forgot about him. He's just like...
the first time I saw Wicked, he was in it. I was like, oh, I forgot that you exist. He's
you
so
could,
little.
That's like, you can always tell when a celebrity, like, especially, you know, like a home Australian celebrity, it's been, you know, a decade and they're kind of not getting popular. They suddenly put themselves in a reality TV show. So you're like, oh, yeah, you. I remember you. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
but I was going to say, like...
But actually, the last years they had Chrissy Swan, and she was really entertaining. I actually
watched
watched
and she was really good.
because she just made the funniest comments about it. And she was, like, a nice... Like, she wasn't bitchy.
Yeah.
But her comments are always so funny. Like, I actually really enjoyed watching her on it.
Yeah, and of course she's another...
With Joel, the comedian, they became really good friends, and their comments about people was so funny.
And, like... I guess similar to Lorena, who's on the show this year, who was from The Bachelor, Chrissy Swan obviously is popular...
from another reality show.
She was from Big Brother. Like
another show that
10
I'm like...
years ago.
I don't get the point of, but anyway.
I don't get the point
like,
of that show
they used to have those, like, Friday night games. They were really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because they're almost like tame Wipeout.
Yeah.
They were fun to watch, but, like, the rest of the week, I was like, people sit and watch this? Like, write into the show and explain to me, like, why reality shows... Because they make money. Like,
oh yeah, totally.
They're like, it's like, you know, when like with movies we're going through like a superhero fad and I love that.
Yeah.
TV shows are going through like a reality fad and I don't like it. I don't see the appeal. I do not get it. Can someone write in and just explain it to me? Because I'm so at a loss as to why people enjoy watching other people live their lives. Like
there are a lot that I do enjoy,
cafe.
but some that I'm not that into. So I mean, I've never watched I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, but I've heard so much about it and there's been so much hype that I feel like I should sit down and watch it. Purely, I guess people find it entertaining to see people that can have it all suddenly in situations where they're, you know, I feel like if, you know, the Kardashians did like a jungle special, everybody would tune in and see how they went on, like without any luxuries. But things like Big Brother, I'm like, you're all normal people. That is really pointless. That's really strange. Shows like that are pointless. But this one, like,
and
it's
all
a bit
they
more
ever do is they'll take someone to like the diary room and be like, pretend to do this for a week. You know what I mean? And you're like, so all it is just you're just trying to do like practical jokes on each other that never work out, and everyone is just like always sitting there like. Or like sitting in like a hot tub. That's like the shows people sitting in a hot tub or like having a shower. That's like all the show, or like sitting on a bed chatting. Like it was so strange.
Yeah, that's the same issue I have with like Jersey Shore and Geordie Shore and things like that.
I've met one of the girls from Geordie Shore was like in my office the other week.
That's so cool.
And we could hear, and someone came into office was like, "Oh my god, she's here!" And and she said her name, and everyone like about 2 people were like, "Oh my god!" And everyone else in our department was like, "Who?" Like because none of us watched the show. And then we heard her, and all of us are like, "Oh yeah, I recognize that strong Geordie voice."
Yeah, I can't be hacking out with like shows like that, but there are some really good reality shows. Like I personally am a huge fan of The Amazing Race.
That's different because that's not about like people's lives. That's like places and like activities and like that's another one where you go, what would I do in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't like shows where you just kind of film somebody's life, but I'm happy with reality shows as long as they're more, I guess, almost mockumentary style. Like there's something actually going on in them. There's a really great show on at the moment on Channel 7 on a Wednesday that I'm loving called First Dates.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard of it.
It's so great. You have to watch it. It's amazing. So yeah, just like 2 unexpected people go on a date together. It's hilarious. It's really good.
That's funny.
It's totally TV worth watching.
I had actually we both had a friend in high school that got very emotional whenever she watched Farmer Wants a Wife. Oh, yeah. She was like, they just want to find love, and she like took it way too seriously. Bless her heart. To the point where I started watching a few episodes. Just like the next day, I could be like, who do you think about this person? She's like, oh, they just want to find love because they're on like a remote, like rural property.
So, are there any reality TV shows you like? Like if it pops up you know, a new season, you will watch it?
No, there's no reality show that I can think of where I'm like, I have to watch it, but like...
Beauty and the Geek. I just remember you
Oh my God, yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah. Okay, guys, Beauty and the Geek is like otherworldly though. It's amazing.
That's how I feel about The Bachelor. That's my...
The Bachelor,
that's my version.
The Beauty and the Geek, they all... Like, it's not romance based, they all become friends and they want to help each other. Whilst Bachelor is like, all the girls get so like bitchy and backstabby.
I know, I love it.
No, I don't like it. I like them all becoming friends, which is on Beauty and the Geek. And then like all the geeks get a makeover and you're like, oh, beauties, now you have beauties but no brains. And the geeks are like hot and have brains.
And then you're like, I know, and then you're like, now the geeks are better than the beauties because they've got both things.
And every now and then they're like, we'll have like the like token female geek.
Yeah.
And then like they have like a male model and all the beauties fall like in love with the male model. And it's
and
like, this is not how it's supposed
to happen this way. Oh gosh, if there are any reality shows that you particularly love, let us know writing on our Facebook page, facebook.com/3pm takeover.
Yeah, let us know. Convince us. We'll start watching one. Welcome back to the 3pm takeover. Hey, Pierre, got your groove on with The Wanted? I like that song.
Yeah, I like that song too.
Chasing the Sun. I don't understand what it means, but I like it.
You know what?
I don't get it.
The Wanted are a boy band.
They are.
We should have talked about them last week on our boy band special.
Which, if you missed, there are a lot of boy bands we missed. There's so many great ones.
True. So yeah, if you missed our boy band special, you're in trouble. But fortunately for you, you can go to soundcloud.com and look up the 3pm takeover, and you can listen all over again.
Yep, you can hear our witty banter and me failing at the boy band quiz,
minus the boy band songs, But
if you go onto our Facebook page, we upload a list of all the songs we play, so you can kind of like cross-reference yourself and listen along. It's a bit more work.
That sounds complicated, but I like it.
But if you're dedicated, like all our fans are,
then you would do that.
You're happy to do it. So something really exciting happened the other week, maybe like last week. Especially on the first, on your birthday. I'm like reading the thing now. There's a NASA astronaut called Scott Kelly, and he just left space. He's been out there for a year.
A year? That's crazy.
And if you haven't heard of him, I ask how, because he has the most amazing Instagram account. He took the most beautiful pictures, and now he's back on Earth. It's really cute because it'll be like a photo of a salad, and he's like, food grown on Earth, and he's like so happy about everything. And he had a really amazing time up there. Like, he spent 340 consecutive days in space, which is one of the longest on record. And he was up there to test how the human body copes with prolonged space travel, but he's already been up there 3 times before. And
that's so
one of the most exciting things, he was up there when the first flower grown in space bloomed.
Wow.
And he posted a photo of it, and it went like viral because everyone's like, oh my God, space flower. Like, and his photos are just like of like the curvature of the earth, and like he'll zoom in on, he calls it art, earth art, and all the other things like riverbeds and like mountains and like how the snow forms, and
they are really fascinating and beautiful
and
photos.
Sunsets up there,
and
like the aurora borealis. It's actually crazy how beautiful, like it makes like I'm very much like I'm happy to stay with my feet on the earth, but his account makes me want to go up in space.
Do you know what I was thinking when we were discussing that we were going to talk about him? You know, when you wake up in the morning and you're lying in bed and you're like mentally preparing yourself for a big day, or if you're lying in bed preparing yourself for the fact that you're going to fly, you know, to a different continent that day. Yeah. How do you wake up and be like, and prepare yourself for going to space today?
Well, I don't know. That's a really good question.
Like, I know that you prepare obviously for like months and years ahead from a technical perspective,
when the day
but
comes,
like psychologically waking up and being like, so going to space today.
But it's like when you have like an exam and you prep, but when the exam day comes, it's still like, oh my God, the exam.
It's exam day, yeah.
It's space day.
Yeah, like sitting in your shuttle about to go up, being like,
oh my gosh,
goodbye world, for a year. If I was going up for like half an hour.
Like Richard Branson's flight, tourist flight things. I would really like to do that.
One of Richard Branson's tourist flights where you go up, for like the afternoon and come back.
Yeah.
What a waste of money though, like to be completely honest.
But like in the recent years, I feel like astronauts have just become way cooler because they're always doing extra things. So like he's a really talented photographer, and he did photography before he got up there.
Which is really cool.
And there's that guy who sang Ground Control to Major Tom.
Yeah.
And he did that song, and then like he did it again when David Bowie passed away, and then that song, like that video went viral again, and it was like floating around. It was really cool because like the lyrics of that song made so much sense for him to be up there. So I like that, like that's sort of happening, like more like astronauts are becoming like a cool thing again, because I think it was really cool for a while, and then it kind of petered off, and they're becoming cool again.
Yeah.
But
so where did we talk about food that he eats up there? I read something online the other day that said apparently like moon ice cream is a myth.
Oh yeah, they had it. They brought up for one one space flight in like the 80s or something, and it tasted terrible apparently and just didn't work, and so they don't do it now. But they sell it as like moon ice cream because they can just like attach their name and charge more. It's like a novelty, but it only went up for one space flight.
What a shame. So they just can't eat ice cream while out there.
There might be like maybe they've found like an equivalent for it now. I'm not sure about the space food.
What do they eat for space food, I wonder?
Have you seen The Martian? They have like
I have
dehydrated sachet food, which I assume is like when you go on Duke of Ed hikes and you just like boil it and add water.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I assume they eat. But I can't imagine eating that for like a year. Yeah, 2-minute noodles for a year. Oh gosh.
They
can't really have like.
It's embarrassing that I would probably be like really happy to eat 2-minute noodles for a year.
In theory you would, but I think about actually doing that. It's like when you just happen to have a week where you eat like not junk food, but like you'll eat out at like a restaurant every night, like catching up with friends. And at the end of the week, you're like, I just want like a normal home cooked meal and lots of vegetables.
Yeah.
Because suddenly you realize you've had so much rich food in a week.
Yeah.
I feel like doing 2-minute noodles for a year would be that. Like the first week would be amazing, and the second week you'd feel awful.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, I don't want dehydrated peas. I just want normal peas, like the little pieces of carrot.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that probably on the show next week. Actually, we're going to talk about health trends.
I'll think of like 2-minute noodles.
No, not 2-minute noodles. Health trends, and like people that do insane things. You know, like they only eat lettuce every day for like a week and things like that.
Or like the cabbage diet.
Oh yeah,
you'd fart so bad for like a week.
Ew.
That's what cabbage does.
I don't know. I don't really eat cabbage very much. Not enough that.
No, but it's like a fact.
I would be able to tell that.
Oh, anyway.
I don't know anything about cabbage.
Is there something that like I know there are obviously rules of taking stuff into space, but it's something you're like, I couldn't go into space without?
And
don't be like, oh, my boyfriend, because like obviously he's not coming with you. You're in space. Like
I can't bring my boyfriend into space with me.
Or your cat.
My phone. There's no point.
And your charger.
No, you don't forget your charger.
Is there like
I know this
is like a book that you're like I would want to read that like every day? Kind of
I know that this is going to sound really weird, but like I would take an instrument. I think it would be so weird.
You'd have so much time to practice.
You'd have lots of time to practice. You get really good. No one can hear you play. And imagine like
you could disturb no one.
Sitting on the moon playing an instrument. Like what would it sound like?
I don't think you understand what's astronauts
or
do.
in the space.
They don't go to the moon anymore.
No, but I mean like if you were on the moon as an astronaut.
I just imagine you like with the suit and you're like sitting on the moon. Yeah. And you pull your flute up and you go, oh, because you got the helmet on, like you just realised. Tink, oh.
Yeah, I can't play. No, you'd have to play like in your craft. You couldn't play like outside, but you know.
Yeah, that's true. That'd be cool. You could be like the first person to... Oh, yeah, actually, you wouldn't be the first person to play an instrument in space.
Like, you'd be the first person to, like, record an album in space. I don't know.
That's cool.
Space sounds.
That sounds like something that, like, Lady Gaga's up to next. She's like, what haven't I done yet? Space album. And I'm all for it. I think it'd be amazing. I don't know what you could do. Because
I had a vision of, like, taking a full orchestra to space, like, each in their own bubble.
They're just, like, floating around in zero gravity. That'd be amazing.
I think I would do that. I would take an orchestra... not an orchestra, God. I would take an instrument. Yeah, I would take a book that I liked. I don't know.
Is there like a food you'd miss if you went up for like 6 months to a year? Is there a food that you're like, I can't wait to eat that? Because I feel like an apple, I'd be like, I can't wait to eat. Like,
I'd miss fresh fruit.
You'd miss like lettuce, like the crunch of proper lettuce.
Yeah, I'd miss fresh fruit and vegetables, I think, for 6 months. I miss... Do you have space yogurt?
No.
Oh, well,
Again, I think they've just taken yogurt.
They've space all things.
I think they've just taken a normal product, put space on it, and charged you more for it home.
I've never bought space food, but I see them all advertised.
Oh, okay.
And like I went to NASA and there was like space everything. I was like, man, it's like not even a challenge going up now. They have everything.
You don't have to go up there to eat the food. Like it's all down here.
It's like now it's like when you're vegan, it's like vegan chocolate cake, vegan custard, vegan this, and you're like, man, you're not missing out.
But
are you?
I don't think vegans become vegans for the challenge.
But even so, I'm like, you're still missing out. Still not missing out.
Yeah, but that's good. Like that makes me want to. That would make me want to be a vegan more, knowing there'd be less I was missing out on.
Yeah, I know, right?
Do you reckon it'd be hard to be like a vegan in space?
To be a vegan, you can't go up to space with any dietary restrictions. It's already going to be difficult.
That's true. True.
That's so funny.
Oh. But I'm now imagining just like everything. Oh, everything would just be tofu, wouldn't it?
Yuck.
Yuck. Hope's judging you vegan astronauts from afar. But yeah, if you haven't seen Scott Kelly's Instagram account, I really think you should check it out. Just Google
We'll post
Scott
the
Kelly.
link on our page.
We'll post the link. And then you just go, it'll just make you realize how awful you are at photography because you can't get up that high. But yeah, we'll see you on the other side of this song. This is the Far East movement with Turn Up the Love.
Welcome back to the show. You are listening to the 3 p.m. Takeover, and we are coming to the end of our show, which is sad.
Alas.
Oh, well.
But thanks for joining us for the show so far. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I wonder if...
We've covered everything from Easter to space food to...
We didn't have very many, we didn't have a thread of commonality between our segments this week.
I don't think we generally do, though.
This is true.
Generally we try to be pretty broad, unless it's like a specials week.
And then we'll link them by really bad puns usually.
Yeah. So we find a way to link them all. But
but as if you've been listening the last few weeks, you'll know that we never finish a show without doing our suburb focus. So that's what we're doing now. We're inching our way down the northern beaches and we're up to Avalon.
We're still so north.
We are still
it's taking a while.
So north because there's so many more suburbs. If you'd asked me, I'd been like, oh yeah, it's like Avalon up there, full stop. I must have so many before it.
Avalon is massive though. Great suburb.
I did not realize how big it is.
Yeah,
it has
big.
Over 10,000 residents.
Yeah.
Which was I was like, that's like a city. That's like its own city.
It's crazy.
What? Crazy. But my favorite fact I found out
what was
Avalon,
big enough to make Avalon now? Big enough to have a web Avalon series now. About the suburb.
Oh gosh, that's right. My favorite fact I found out about Avalon is that it was named after the mythical Avalon from the legend of King Arthur. According to legends, Avalon was an earthly paradise and the final resting place of King Arthur. And so it was named
King
after
Arthur's resting place is on the northern beaches. Awesome.
Guys, I know where
get on it.
I know where the Grail is.
King Arthur's a resident of the beaches.
Does that mean the lady is just hanging around at Avalon shops?
Yeah.
She's going to movies at Avalon Cinema being like, I'll have a choc top, please.
Yeah, she totally lives around here.
How exciting. No, it's it was originally going to be called, someone settled the area and wanted to call it a weird,
a surname?
No, it was like a churchy kind of name. It was something Plateau, and then for some reason they chose Avalon instead, which I think is probably good. But it's a pretty cool place. Obviously, it's nice up there.
Avalon's kind of the pinnacle of the north. You often talk about Avalon when you talk about up there. I love it. It's a great area. It's such a good place to go to the beach, go to the surf club, have a walk around the shops. It's a bit different to a lot of suburbs. I feel like it totally encompasses everything the northern beaches is about rather than the southern northern beaches, Manly area. It's very has its own area and its own residents and its own vibe, and it's a great place.
And it's
very chill.
With the Bilgola Bends, it's still slightly cut off.
Yeah, it's a little bit
secluded. Yeah. Oh, here it is. So in the 1920s, the area was known as Priest Flat.
Yeah, okay.
Because of Father John Joseph Terry in the 1800s, built a church there, and then they changed it in 1921 to they just named it Avalon.
Yeah, who if you listen to our Suburb Focus a couple of weeks ago, I think he was the first resident at Creel Bay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Man, he got around, didn't he?
Well, just that area isn't that big.
He's in all the suburbs.
In the 1800s, which was quite a feat because it was no way of getting around. But
Clever was only accessible by water.
Yeah. And a fun fact, the television show Baywatch shot an episode on Avalon Beach in the 1990s.
Did they?
Yeah.
The Baywatch.
They were thinking of relocating the show from California
to Avalon.
And they tried, Avalon was proposed location, and then they ended up in Hawaii.
That's so cool because I totally would have thought they would have picked Palm Beach or Manly.
Yeah, but they were trying to do Avalon Beach.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Isn't that strange?
So David Hasselhoff and everybody was in Avalon.
Yeah, I think for one episode they must have done a test pilot kind of thing.
Man, between him and King Arthur, it's just rolling with famous residents up there.
King Hoffy. The Hoff. Yeah, how strange. I never knew so much about Avalon. I was always just it has that really tiny cinema.
Yeah,
that's all I knew about it.
All the fun puns about Avalon, everyone wears stripes and eats kale and all that stuff. So if you're from Avalon, shout out to you. Thanks for listening to our show.
Post a photo on our Facebook page of you eating kale in your stripy shirt.
Yeah, because we want to know if it's true.
Yeah. But we're going to wrap up now. So thank you so much for sticking around with us this week, guys. Hope you had an excellent half week. I hope the rest of the week is even better.
Just as good.
Hopefully not worse. That would suck.
Yeah.
A lot. But it happens. Life goes on. And if your Thursday really sucks, don't worry because we repeat it on Friday, so you can just listen to us again and cheer yourselves up.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. And we'll see you next Wednesday.